Hello, my peeps. I think I'm back. Okay, so apparently we're going to have a two-part video today because I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button and then tried to fix it and hit the wrong button a second time. I had different wrong, but anyways. But yes, we're going to hope that the dog stays quiet this time because I don't know what my neighbor's working on his yard. Again, he has every right to be in his yard. My dog would disagree. But he's got like 6 people all wearing fluorescent yellow shirts and vests, and I have no idea what he's doing. Like, oh, let's hope for the best. Anywho, just a minute, I gotta make sure that I've unmuted before I. Okay, good. Oh my goodness, I figured out a way to do it without screwing it up. Oh, look at me go. Okay, so as I was saying, this is the April paper pumpkin kit. It is called Inked Occasions. We had a kit similar to this before with like the ink wash, which is a very cool technique. This one though, oh goodness, when I peeked inside it, the cards, so pretty. They're not exactly the same. If you were looking before and thinking, oh, we've had that before, no, it's not. Berry Burst is the spot. Read the stamp set in a minute. That's all I did. You get some fuchsia, or in this case, melon mambo. What's the word I'm looking for? Tissue paper. And then our kit here, which looks at all I do is look at the picture. But I've been itching to crack into it. There we go. Dog is now standing at the window. He did not go back to his bed like he normally does. So, oh, I don't know what that guy's doing, but hopefully he'll take a break for the next 15 or 20 minutes. They're in the backyard. We can hope they're in the backyard. Okay, so here is the cards we're making. The examples say, thinking of you, congratulations, you are amazing, and I'm here for you. Oh, but look, just look at this. Look at these like bright, vibrant colors. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, side for now. So even, I'm going to find that piece of paper eventually. Oh, there it is, stuck to the back of the piece of cardboard. That's where it went. Ooh, careful. There's a delicate die cut stuck to there too. Here we go. So the stamp set. So like I said, I showed you the die. One that coordinates. Whoops. So drop that. One that coordinates with this one. I just want to compare on size. Not that you couldn't use anything out of this kit that you wanted to, but the one that they designed to go with this one is Hugs. So same font and everything, but a little bit bigger than the stamp set, in case you were wondering. So yeah, we have Thinking of You, Congratulations, and Hugs. And then this Congratulations, you are amazing. I would assume, congratulations, I'm here for you. It's not the combination, but you do what you want. Sending my love, and then congratulations on your retirement. Congratulations to the happy couple. That's awesome. Lots to do there. Like I said, pretty envelopes with the ink. See, you know, I'm most impressed. I imagine there's a technique there, but because they've done this, but anytime I try that, it all slops all over the back and looks really bad on the back. There's like ends crisply at the edge of the envelope. That's the difference when you're a professional. Look how pretty those envelopes are. Okay, and then we have some card bases. We got some dimensionals, which I will put off to the side and then lose 70 times before I'm done. Okay. I think we have 3 of 3 here. So there is one card base. And yes, you know, because these card bases are stunningly pretty, you know that some people are going to cut these card bases in half and mount them on different colored cardstock. Like this one you could mount on, I'm pretty sure that's soft sea foam. Oh, no, it's Pool Party. And just make double the cards. This one has gold trim on it. Obviously, you can see that. This one doesn't, but this is still, look at how pretty this is. And if you're like me, who's not actually a fan of gold, then hey, you get the one vote. Spent my little tulips. Here's a sneak peek of what I'm going to show you on Friday when I show you my treats. That's the I ran out of Ferrero Rocher tulip holder, treat holder. Okay. I use most of them at Christmas. Now these are cool. These are the sentiment labels. Only what they've done, and I gotta pull them out of here anyways because it's not gonna work otherwise, is they've cut them. I'll use this to show you to match. So instead of stamping and having to fussy cut something, they basically fussy cut for you. Now you just have to stamp on it. So that one that says congratulations, and there's one that says thinking of you. See how perfectly they cover it up. And then, so we're going to do thinking of you or congratulations, and we're going to pick, it could be any one of those ones. And then I think there probably should be one that goes with the hugs one. Look at these vibrant babies. Oh, loving them. So that's the third card base. Oh no, the hugs one, that's right. So the little hugs, I guess, is just for adding in and stuff, because this one is already die cut because it's gold. Otherwise you would have to gold emboss. And this die cut that they've already done for you, the embossing is so much better than how it works when I do it. It still works out well and it's awesome, but theirs is just perfectly even. So there's a third one there for whichever card that goes with. Look at these. They're so pretty. Look at this little thing of flowers. Oh my gosh, is this ever nice? Sorry, I'm doing it off the thing again. These are delicate. I'm trying not to get too rammy and break my. They look to me like like dandelion fluff, only multicolored dandelion fluff, magical dandelion. I realize the fluff is actually the seeds, and that's what makes them spread everywhere. But they are pretty. There we go. And I think it's held on in a lot of places. Okay, I don't. This one actually goes on this one. Look at that. Oh, that's amazing. That's upside down on there in case you were worried. And then there's also a snitch. Do we hear it for Harry Potter? That's what it doesn't exactly look like a snitch, but that is the first thing that popped into my head. Well, it kind of looks like a snitch with a little gold center and some big wings. This one goes on this one. Okay. Let's move our little stamp thingy off to the side there. Today, which one do we start with first? Move these out of the. Just move them in a logical order. How about that? I guess we're starting with this one first. So this one, I guess they're the reverse this way. Oops. Getting too far back from the table, I guess. Why am I sitting so far back? I wonder. So I guess there's not a front and a back to it. You can use it either way you want. So in that case, you get the luxury of being able to fold it in half and then deciding which half folded better and which one you want to use. Okay, so this one goes this way. Oh, just a minute. I need some blocks too. So the other thing, I don't know if I mentioned that one. I was showing you the stamps, but there's these adorable little butterflies in here. We need one little tiny one for the single butterfly. I could probably fit the double butterfly on one of these tiny little blocks as well, which unfortunately they don't sell anymore, but I have 4 of, so I'm going to keep using them. I don't like my stamp to be too close to the edge because I find with these rolled edges, you start to get a little bit of distortion on the edges. And I like to have plenty of block, not so much that my block rocks and creates a different problem, but enough block like on the outside that when I go to stamp it, none of the stamps are too close to the edge, so that's not getting in the way of what I'm seeing. So we're going to get those ready because we're going to stamp those on here. And in the interest of time and ease for me, just going to use Berry Burst, my own ink pad there. And then let's try with a clean sheet. There we go. We'll start the day with a clean sheet. So I'm going to do my usual. It's showing me, sorry, there's a reason I'm doing all this. It's showing me that I'm going to put the word hugs. Oh, I see what they did. Okay. So that I'm here for you instead of congratulations, I'm here for you. I'm sorry. I think that's funny. And I'm going to send that to somebody. What they're showing is they're putting the word hugs like this. They're actually putting it on dimensionals, which I could do first because that'll probably give you a better image of what I'm looking for here. I've already got a sheet of dimensional started. I'll just use that one. Luckily, they didn't cut the hole out of the G, so there's a. Seriously, why is my? I hate when it's all about the camera, but something's going on here that I keep going off the screen more so than normal. But yeah, there's a huge spot where the G is that you can put one, and then I might just stab myself in the chestal area with my scissors when I drop them on myself. Just gonna cut even these mini dimensionals. I cut in half to use sometimes. I'm gonna cut one. I'm gonna put one at the top. I just don't want anything getting bent. And so I'm going to try to put it in the areas most likely to get, caught where they would get bent. I can't remember who it is. I know somebody who uses the expression get bent. And so every time I say get bent, I laugh at myself. Okay, I'm going to put one up here. There we go. So the idea is we're going to put the hugs here. And then what they showed in the instruction sample is they actually stamped I'm here for you and put it on the hugs I'm here for you. I'm just going to leave it as hugs. And then we're going to stamp butterflies on either side of it. Now we kind of want our butterflies to be in the white spots because otherwise they're going to get covered up in here. I don't think you'll see them enough. So I want a butterfly like above and below. So I'm just, because I'm going to move this out of the way because this is totally going to, seriously, what is going on with this? Like I have to lean forward right now. Just a minute. I have to pull this back again because I've obviously done something to my camera. Just have to. Oh, there we go. Why is it off to the side too? I wonder. Nope, sorry. Must have hit it at some point. Knocked it forward because it's way out of whack. There we go. I'm gonna make a mistake if I'm constantly trying to lean. Yeah, do not try to stamp with this here because even though it's got some give to it, if you hit right on, like happen to hit right where the dimensional is and it doesn't go down, you're gonna mess up your stamp and can't replace these card base. You could replace, I mean, I don't have a stamp, like I can't easily go, oh, I'll just grab another card base. So I want to put two up here and one down here. So I'm just kind of sort of marking in my mind where I want to put them. And then we're going to take our little teeny butterfly first. We don't want to screw it up, so we're going to smush it to condition up the stamp nice. And then, do I care which way they're flying? Probably not. There's a little guy. And we got to do the big guys. When I say do I care which way they're flying, I meant more like, do I care if it's going to the left or to the right? I do care that it's not flying upside down. Although in this case, it could be flying towards the hug, but I think I would rather have it where it just looks like it's flying over there. There we go. And then we'll peel off the 17 dimensional backs that I put on. Well, especially when you cut the mini ones in half, you're not using a ton. I would just rather be safe than sorry. Okay, so I pulled that off and dropped it somewhere. It's only half a back. It's very small. Did you guys all have a lovely Easter weekend? I had a great time playing cards with my family, and then we all potlucked. We tend to do that. Like everybody pitches in on the dishes, and we all just sort of have a nice dinner together without one person having to do all the work. Look at that. Look how simple that card is and how beautiful that card is. Isn't that gorgeous? And because I can, I'm going to stamp some flutterbys into the middle. I like things in threes, so conveniently enough, there's three of them. So there we go. That's very pretty. Okay, next up is, see, you don't have to put a lot on these. These card bases are stunning. Let them do all the work. I have to do a ton on these. And it's got the pretty little gold veining in the marbly ink stuff. That's such a good description. Oh, I gotta speed up over here. Yeah, such a good description. I'm sure there's a proper name for it. So this one is the same. I can have my base this way, or my base this way. Actually, in this case, they are the same. I was thinking they're reversed, but they're not, because they both start with pool party in the corner. Yeah, they're the same. Okay, and then we are taking our snitch. And what did I see again? Oh, where did I put my dimensionals? Constantly moving them. So it just says to stick one dimensional in this big spot on the back. Well, one dimensional means that this thing is going to move, and I don't like that. So especially with the tiny ones, I'm putting two, because then it won't twist. It will stay secure, which is what I want. Oh, forgot to stamp the flutterbys first. Okay, so I'm not going to set this down because I already put the thing on it. This is going to go at an angle. Oh, they do have the butterflies. They're showing them stamped on the stuff, so obviously it is dark enough you'll be able to see them. So I'm just going to kind of cheat and look at what the instructions say. There, I think is what they say. And then we want to put this at an angle like this. Then another block. So here's another thing. Shipping is free, so that makes things cheaper. Stock up on blocks. If you're doing paper pumpkin and you just have the one it came with, life is so much easier with multiple blocks. And so it's always one of those things that if you need to top up some spending, or hey, shipping is free. Oops. Looking at the paper instead of stamp. It is just it's a good way to get some extra blocks, because then, especially when you're doing, I'm only doing one of each card. There's actually three of each card in this kit. So if you were doing all three, then you'd be doing over and over and over again. So it's nice to have the things where you don't have to clean in between. Now, because I'm stamping on something already die cut, I would do the same thing with a bigger photopolymer stamp. If it's smaller, it's like a circle, or it's fairly stiff, I wouldn't necessarily do this, but I just pulled it off the sticky, and because it is cut the way it is, it's a little, flexible. So I'm going to make sure, and you can do this with dies if you know you're going to die cut something and you want to make sure it matches up. Pretend that I already die cut this, right? You could do that with another set. I'm just going to lay this on top of it, so I can make sure that I didn't like pull it one way or the other, or get it a little twisted sideways when I was pulling it off there before I stick it on the block. And then I can just check. The other thing you notice, I put my white thing on my silicone mat, because if you put this white label on your white stamping paper, it's really hard to see the edges. Like you can, but but on here you have great contrast. It is so much easier. So now I put it down, so now I know I don't have anything out of whack. Now I'm going to pick it up with my block, because now I know I'm not going to twist anything. And it's not the end of the world, but if you put it on the block crooked and like your G is up, then when you go to stamp on here, you're going to be stamping off. And again, there's only one of these, so you want to kind of line it up. I do that with the stamps that I was making with that are like spindly leaves or stuff like that. If I know I'm going to die cut them afterwards, when I put it down, you can lay the die down and set the stamp into it so that it goes exactly how it's supposed to, and then put the block on it. And then when you stamp, you know the stamp is going to be the exact shape of the die. It's just it's a frustration saver. Okay, so I might be sticking my head in your way, but I want to line it up nice. That's the beauty of photopolymer, man. Although after a while you get good at it doing it with rubber stamps too, but with photopolymer, look at how easy that is. Woo-hoo. Okay, and because I put it on here, I noticed that I have some little die cut nubbins that I'm just gonna go and trim off. I'm not sure what is carrying that street, but it sounds like a big machine. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to pop this up. Oh, well, you know what? I did thinking of you. This one is supposed to be congratulations. I'm actually going to keep the flowers for the thinking of you, because I already know who I'm going to give that to. Okay, so that one's ready for the next card because I did the wrong stamp. I do have lots of blocks, but I'm just going to reuse this block because I only have 2 of these ones. They're from a kit. And I absolutely love the size of this block. So yeah, this one's just say congratulations, but I'm going to do the same. So I missed it the first time. Let me show you that again. I'm going to put this down. But see, so I'm doing this off screen so you can't see. But see, as I'm pulling this, because it really sticks to this plastic. So to just pull it like that and slam it on, it's possible that I pulled it a little bit, you know, stretched it one way or the other. So it's just a really good idea to do it. I'll show you another one with the other one I just took off. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put it on top of my word. It's sticking, excuse me, it's sticking to my finger a little bit. So I'm just trying to touch the sides. Yeah, that's all lined up like it should be. And you notice how it picks up the paper? That is because they're a little sticky. That's part of what the little twisty part. Oops, I forgot to put that there. That's what a part of what the little twisty part is. Right, is getting rid of some of the sticky and getting it so it's going to work the way you want it to, and the ink will stick everywhere. And that at a bit of an angle. Congratulations, because that's what I was supposed to do on this card. And see, again, it's just so much easier that way. And we'll put dimensionals on this one too. Now, it wouldn't have mattered if you want to switch it up and switch. I mean, you're more than welcome to. I just happen to know that the one with the flowers is going to work very well for a thinking of you card for someone. So, okay. So I did that and then realized as soon as I did it that I am putting this across like this. So going to move those over a little bit because otherwise the dimensionals are going to be on top of the gold circle. There we go. And then it's going to be higher in the center. Like it got hung up on the embellishment. Okay. So we're going to pop this. Getting back to the other one there in a second. We're going to put this here and we're putting it so that the tula in the middle. And I'm sliding off the desk again. The tula, like somewhere here in the middle, excuse me, where it's the biggest part, is covering that big gold disc in the middle of our leaves. Congratulations. And then I grabbed one that says, on your retirement. So the other thing you can do when you're using these little tiny ones like this. So we definitely want this to go, oops, like we got the sentiment to be straight. So in this case, you actually can use your paper because you can see right through it. And instead of trying to put it straight on my block, which I put it on and off 10 times, is I can see through this now. And I can put the bottom of the letters on the line, and then I can pick it up. I can double check. And this time I'm going to actually go back on the line and stamp it. And sorry, I was just a bit off there. To see that it is, yes, in a straight line. And then I'm going to do my little squishy thing. Because now I know it's straight. Oops. Question is, what did I do with the other piece? There it is. So this is one of the other little strips that came. And again, I'm going back to the mat so I can see where it is. There's 2 of the corners are rounded. So I guess that's personal choice where you put them, but. So now we have congratulations on your retirement. And I'm going to show you one more thing. There's little things that you learn as you go. So some of you may already know this, but if you're newer to these things, sometimes these are just little things. Like I said, they just save you a bit on the frustration of having to do something twice, or if you're struggling to line things up. So now I want to put congratulations on your retirement. So I want to put on your retirement down here. Now, I don't want to put my dimensionals on the back of my little label because then I don't know if I'm going to hit the leaves or what. So I know now that my label is going to go from here to here, right? So I'm going to do this. It's more so on this side that because this one I know I'm just going to stick in there. So now I'm going to put one dimensional here. And I'm going to put one dimensional in this leaf. I guess it's kind of on this leaf, but because then instead of trying to hope that I lined it up right, I have the dimensionals where I can see them. And now I'm just going to put this on top of the dimensionals. They have it in the sample, by the way, they have it up like covering the white. I kind of like it. I kind of like it with a little bit of space. There we go. So that it looks like two things and it's not covering part of it. Just my personal choice. And then did I stamp on the inside? No, I did not. And you could, even with these little butterflies, sorry, that was me trying to correct myself because I know I say flutterby because growing up, they were always called flutterbys. And I was trying to stop myself and ended up saying half of each. Even though the envelopes are pretty with their ink, their alcohol ink technique on them, you could also stamp on the envelopes because these little butterflies are small. Okay, so that's 2. And then this one's the 3rd one. Okay, so this one, it does actually matter, the front versus the back. And not terribly, but somebody might think it's odd if you give them the card and the back was more decorative than the front. Although we're going to add stuff to the front, which thereby makes it more decorative, but front has gold, back just has the really pretty ink without the gold. And this one has the pretty layer of flowers. And yes, we are stamping butterflies as well. Oops. My die cuts caught my other cards. So this one, sorry, I was itching. Everything had to stop, boys. Gosh, my eye. There we go. So this one, we're going to put a little row. Thinking 4, 6 could probably work as well, but I'm going to go with 4. And then, oh, look at that. There's a big spot right there in the joint of all those leaves and the back of these 2 bigger dandelion fluff or whatever they are. And that way I've got some sticky on the top too. Nope, before I take those off, I'm going to do this because I want to stamp butterflies. I need to figure out where. So I'm stamping a butterfly there and there. I could stamp them higher. I don't know why they have them so low. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm looking, you can't really see them there. I'll hold it up a bit more. There's a couple dark marks in this swirl so that I know I want my butterflies just to the right of this dark mark. And then down here, I'm putting it just kind of right where that one is. So as long as I look at it and do it fairly quickly, I will remember which pieces I was thinking of. Don't rush so much though that you don't properly ink up your stamp in that because that won't help you at all. See, in the worst case scenario, you completely forget where you're supposed to be going. Well, there we go. This time I only have one to remember. And so you just put your thing back on and do it again. Now, because I was actually paying attention that time, now I'll take the backs off and stick this down. Oops, I don't like long nails. And I keep my nails very short. I mean, I was a firefighter for 30 years and you get full of dirt and soot and trees and leaves, wildfire. And so I always kept them short. But somehow, after I just cut them, I find it harder to work with, even though that is my preference. I did just cut my nails this morning, so I'm having a little trouble with the sticky back and some of them. Okay. I'm actually, I don't think I want to do it that long. I move that up a little bit and hope I wasn't too low on the other one. There we go. Oh, perfect. Look at that. I don't have the sentiment on it. Okay, well, I already put stickies on there because I made a mistake, but I don't think it's going to matter because I don't have any stickies directly behind here. So wherever I put this, it's just going to push the plants down behind it. So they're not even going to notice. We're just going to stay with, oops, stay with that one. Oh, goodness, I'm supposed to be done faster than this. I am not being done faster than this. Okay. And we're going to add a little thinking of you. There we go. Look at that. Okay. So before I get carried away, I'm going to close my ink pad so I don't stick anything in it. And I tend to face my stamps are like this. So right now I just tend to face them because they're standing up on my mat. Face them the inky side away from me so that I don't accidentally set a card on them and put ink on my card that I just finished. So there we go. Thinking of you. So what did I say? Congratulations on your retirement to the happy couple. You're amazing. Sending my love. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot. I did. I forgot. It's never too late. I forgot to put butterflies on the inside of this one. I'll put them on the other side this time. This one. And the reason that I thought I remembered the inside of this card, I don't know which way is upside down there. There we go. The butterfly confuses me sometimes on which way is up, is because this one says thinking of you, and you could put I'm here for you or sending my love on the inside. They're not just for on these little labels. You could also, I mean, the same with this, you could put congratulations on the front, and then the on your retirement could actually be stamped on the inside. So, there is no rules. You do what you want. Crafting is meant to be fun, and one of the best parts about it is that it's personalized. So how about that thing? Ta-da! So that is Inked Occasions, the April Paper Pumpkin Kit. I'm going to sign off now. I'm only a few minutes early, but I was supposed to be earlier than this. So there we go. Sorry for the little glitch and having to come back in again the second time. Let me know if you want to get in on the free shipping or the paper pumpkin deal or any last chance stuff or stocking up on cardstock or any of those things. And if not, I will have who knows what in between. But for sure, I will be back with Mother's Day cards and treats and maybe even a wall art if I have time, because I have an idea in my head for what I want to do as a gift. So we'll see. I'll have those for you on Friday at noon. Have a fantastic week, everyone. It's going to be a long one. Recovering from the long weekend, it always feels like the week is 3 times as long, but power through. It's only 4 days till the weekend. Thanks for joining me. Bye.